I'm Larry the Butcher, and this is Last Week in IndyCar. Only a couple things, because it is last week in IndyCar. Cota, Circuit of the Americas, located in Austin, Texas, has been home to a Formula One race for the last few years, is interested in hosting an IndyCar race. The only stumbling block would, of course, be Texas Motor Speedway. I have a solution. Prior to the Indianapolis 500, you make Cota the first, no, not the first road course, that would be St. Petersburg. You make Cota a pre-Indy 500 race, and you make Texas Motor Speedway an after IndyCar race, so that you're not competing in a timeline. Texas is a big state. They've got a big population. I'm sure they've got the population to support 2 IndyCar races. And tourism. Apparently sometime in the coming week, which would be like October 22nd to November 1st, which isn't a week, it's more, but anyway. Mexico City is going to be put on the schedule for the 2018 IndyCar schedule. That's exciting news. We'll get to see IndyCars go through baseball stadium again. That's kind of fun. And we got to get Cleveland back. Okay, come on. Can we get Cleveland back? Maybe St. Aaron as well, seeing how Nazareth can't be used right now. Juan Pablo Montoya is being toyed around with a few IndyCar teams for the month of May. I would assume that because he's under contract with Penske for their Acura IMSA program, that he would just, Roger would just get a car for him for Indianapolis. But apparently that's not what's going to happen, or it could still happen, who knows. In Roger we trust. And we'll see what happens. Peterson Motorsports has been talking about that. And Dreyer and Daybold, I believe, has toyed with the idea. And of course, if Juan Pablo Montoya can get sponsorship money together to run Indianapolis, I guess all he has to do is go to a team and go, "Here, I'm in." Team Canada is back. Back during the early 2000s. I believe they call them the Naughties. We had Team Canada in IndyCar when Paul Tracy and Patrick Carpentier were both racing for the same team. And then we, of course, had one of my favorites, Tags, Alexander Tagliani, racing for another team. So the Canada contention back in kart near the end of the Champ Car World Series was well held with one team. Well, Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports has doubled down on Canada, and James Hinchcliffe and what's the other guy's name? I forgot his name. The other Canadian on Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports team. You know, it's that Canadian guy, Glen Foster. No, it's not Glen Foster. He's a comic. I don't know if he would fit in an IndyCar. Oh, I just learned something. Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports is co-owned by a gentleman by the name of Rick Peterson. Rick Peterson happens to be a Canadian. That explains it. Well, their website, it still needs to be updated. It still had Mikhail Elation, the Russian. He was sending secrets to Putin. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. I'm waiting for it to boot up. I love that. Why couldn't I remember that name? It was so easy. Robert Wickens, the fellow Canadian on Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports team. He's going to do the full season, replacing Mikhail Elation, who had issues coming back to the United States from his stint at the 24-hour Le Mans. Sure, that's the reason why they decided not to, because, you know, the world we live in. So that about does it for Last Week in IndyCar. I, of course, am Larry the Butcher. Thank you so much for watching last week's IndyCar news today. If you're just new to this is a new thing I'm doing. This is episode 2. 2 episodes into Last Week in IndyCar. Don't forget to like this episode. Comment down below. What other drivers do you see coming in? I know there's big news for 2018. A couple new teams have come on board. What drivers do you want to see behind the wheel of an IndyCar in 2018 and beyond? What other tracks do you want to see Cleveland? What do you want to see me do with this? If I can get access to interviews, would that be a thing you guys are interested in? Let me know. Comment down below. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe. You know where the button is, and we'll see you later. Love you all. Bye.